So the first thing we're going to do is download a free version of Windows 10, which you can access through MyFIT. So once you've logged on over to MyFIT, over on the left-hand side, click on Web Resources, and then in the FIT Associated Store section, scroll down to eAcademy, and then the first thing that pops up should be Windows 10 right there. Click on that. It's free, so we'll add that to the cart. Check out. So put in your FIT username here and type in your name. Hit accept. Enter in the contact info. And hit proceed with order. Now please take a note of the product key here. This is really important. You're going to use these letters and numbers to license Windows a little bit later. So now click on the Get Started button here. This is going to launch this web page, and you want to click on this, go to Microsoft's ISO software download site link. That eventually is going to load this page. Select the language that you want. Hit confirm. And then we're going to download the 64-bit version of Windows 10 Education English. This is going to take a little bit of time because it's a 5 GB file. And then we'll move on to the next step. So once that's done, you'll see in your downloads folder you have this win10.iso file. This is actually a Windows installer, and you can either leave this here or drag it to a location like the desktop, because we're going to use this shortly for Bootcamp. So now we're going to start the process of installing Windows via Bootcamp. So in your Applications folder, under Utilities, launch the Bootcamp Assistant and hit Continue. Okay, so we're now going to go through the Bootcamp Assistant. This screen here is really important, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about it. At the top, you're going to hit Choose to select that win10.iso image that's either still in your Downloads folder or you move to your desktop. And then once you've done that, you're going to decide how much of your hard drive you're going to use for Windows. Now, I've done this already. I've installed Kaledo, and my recommendation is that you have a disk size of 50 gigabytes. So you can move this slider between where you can see it says Mac OS and Windows. I think you could go down to 40, but my recommendation would be 50 gigabytes, and that's enough for Windows and the Kaledo applications. So 40 gigabytes happens to be the smallest size that you can allocate to Windows through Bootcamp. If you do have less than 40 gigs free on your drive, which was the case I was in a couple of days ago actually, you're going to need to delete or reorganize some of your files. So I actually moved a bunch of video files, Photoshop files, things like that onto an external drive that I had, and then I also use my FIT Google Drive as well to store a lot of that stuff. This support article on apple.com is also a great resource to help free up space on your hard drive. So after that, it's going to go through a number of screens, which I'll plow through fairly quickly. It's going to ask you for your local administrator password on your machine. And then we'll start seeing the Windows install happening. Pop in the language that you want. Now this is also an important screen. This is that product key that you downloaded from eAcademy earlier. So enter in that series of numbers and letters that you got from eAcademy. It's called the product key. Hit next. Accept and next. then what you're going to do, and it will have this selected already, is always select the partition that's called Bootcamp. And then it's going to start installing files. This one takes quite a while. Eventually you'll see Windows loading. Then you'll be asked to select a region, keyboard layout. Now here, what we need to do is click on the I don't have internet sentence down in the bottom left-hand side. And this is also important. Click on the continue with limited setup box, also on the bottom left-hand side. Type in a username, a password, confirm your password, security questions. Just say yes here, accept, accept, moving along. And eventually we come to the Bootcamp installer section, hit next, accept, finish, yes. Your computer will reboot and you'll see Windows 10 load up for the first time. So log in with that username and password that you just created. And then really the last thing that you need to do here is to hook up your Wi-Fi card. So down in the bottom right hand side of the Windows screen, click on the network icon. It kind of looks like a globe, and then select your home Wi-Fi network, pop in the password, and you are good to go, ready to install Kalido or any other Windows application that you need. Finally, I'm going to show you how to toggle between Windows and Mac. Click on the Start button all the way at the bottom left, then click on Power and either shut down or restart, and then hold down the Option key on your keyboard. When the computer restarts, it'll give the option to switch between Windows or Mac by toggling left or right, and then select the operating system you want to load by hitting the return key. If your computer is off, when you power it up, just hold down that Option key and it's going to bring that menu where you can choose between Windows or Mac.